unfortunately, there is one other matter. Late last night, I became aware of the fact that several of the defense witnesses have been communicating with each other and watching the trial after the rule was invoked by the defense. So I am requesting of this court, or at least notifying this court that that's occurring, and requesting the witnesses be ordered again to stop communicating with each other and stop watching this televised broadcast.
Could you say which witnesses you're referring to?
Miss Enright, Miss Lyle, and Miss Gathright or Nevea.
We're not calling Nevea Gathright.
Okay, well, Miss Enright and Miss Lyle have been communicating with each other, have been communicating with the co-defendant, giving daily updates up to yesterday as to what's happening in this trial, and speaking about their meeting together via Zoom, whether that's the truth or not, with the defense attorneys this weekend at the same time. So I'm not sure if that's accurate, but of course if they are going to be testifying, I would like now for them to be instructed again to not be watching the trial if it's being broadcast. I'd like to address it.
I just want to parse that out. I want to make sure that we're saying what's accurate. You're saying that somebody spoke to a co-defendant. Which co-defendant are you referring to?
Sean Gathright.
All right, so I have no control over whether they speak to Sean Gathright. I can tell them not to do that, but I have no control over that. And I did not know that was happening. You also said that there was a Zoom. You're talking about this coming weekend or the one before?
This past weekend. This past weekend, they indicated that they were meeting with you, your office, the defense, about their testimony for witness preps together on Zoom.
What I'm asking is, who is the they? Who was meeting with us this weekend?
I presume the callers, or at least the person on the other end of the phone. So Mrs. Enright and Miss Lyle, the co-defendant's mother, who were listed.
All right, so I don't recall meeting with them over Zoom, but if I did, there is no problem with us preparing our witnesses for trial the same way that the state prepares their witnesses for trial. The same way that the state talks to their witnesses outside, whether they're grouped together, whether they're separate. They spoke to witnesses. We speak to witnesses before trial. The court will give an instruction, a jury instruction at the end of the trial, which says that it is not improper for the attorneys to talk to the witnesses.
Well, that is true.
It's improper for them to be prepped together on what their testimony is going to be, and it's improper that the defense invoked the rule of sequestration and that those witnesses have been watching the trial ever since. So as we stepped out to instruct our witnesses, I'm just asking that the same be done and that the state be permitted to cross on that issue, which is not outside of the scope of relevant material cross-examination.
Did you prep the witnesses together?
No. And the only thing I would agree with is, of course, once the rule is invoked, they should not be, I guess, paying attention to the trial, watching the trial. But I have no control over that.
I know you don't. I'm assuming you told them, right? The rules of sequestration has been invoked.
I know particularly, I told Sean Gathwight's mother, Ms. Locke. We told her.
So I tell you what, before these witnesses testify, I will allow, out of the presence of the jury, state you can question them on exactly what their knowledge is, who they had conversations with, what the discussion was, and then that way you'll know. And then if you deem it necessary, you can use it in cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor.
I would like the same opportunity for Detective Ramos. I want to know if he's watching the portion of the trial before he took the stand.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead, Freeman, ask him. Are we ready to go otherwise?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. You need to file whatever appropriate motion you deem necessary regarding
Yes, Your
that.
Honor. Your Honor, one other thing before we bring the jury
Yeah.
in. If I understand counsel right, because they invoked the rule of sequestration, they have only advised one of their witnesses about the rule?
I don't know.
Is that correct, counsel?
That's correct.
Okay. So I would ask that they, as they're obligated to do when they invoke the rule, advise all of your witnesses, please, not to view what's on court TV.
The way that counsel is speaking to defense, it's been happening since day one.
But
It's
Ms.
very
White,
unnecessary.
I know,
Your
but
Honor.
here, Ms. White, this is the problem. You invoked the rule of sequestration.
I understand that.
Okay, I'm making a statement. I'm not looking for responses. Okay? You invoked the rule of sequestration. That means all witnesses. It's incumbent upon the lawyers, as the professionals that they are, to tell all of their witnesses as well. You're not to be discussing the case. You're not to be watching it on court TV. And apparently that didn't happen, right? Didn't happen. Inexcusable.
Well, Your Honor,
Inexcusable.
if I may respond, we are professionals, just like every other attorney in this courtroom. The bigger point that I was making is that the way that Mr. Harmon has been speaking to this side of the table is unprofessional, it's disrespectful. He's done it in front of the jury as well, and there has not been any attempt by the court to intervene in that. So I want to make sure that it's on the record that it's inappropriate. The rising tone is unnecessary, and it's disrespectful, and it's inappropriate.
Ms. White, everything that's happened in this trial is on the record. Everything's been videotaped. The conduct of everybody involved.
Right.
Okay? And the failure of the defense to tell their own witnesses not to talk about the case is inexcusable, and that's a matter of record.
Well, also,
We don't want to discuss it any further. I know.
what doesn't
We're
add
done.
to the record is that they've had witnesses outside the courtroom discussing the case with each other, talking about the case, the prosecutors themselves.
Well, you should have brought it to my attention.
I'm doing it now because it's been an issue. They're apparently saying it's an issue for us, and they're doing it themselves.
Okay, let's bring in Detective Ramos. Ask him if he's been watching court TV about this case, and then we'll take on. Yes. Yeah. Hello, good morning, Detective. You remain under oath, so there was an issue that was raised, or an allegation, that you've been watching this trial on court TV. Is that accurate?
No.
Okay. Any questions?
But I didn't allege that. I just want to ask a question.
Yeah, you did allege it. Oh,
All
so,
I asked-
wait. So you told me that you believed you've been watching this on court TV, and now you're backtracking and saying, well, I didn't make the allegation.
I
Pardon
did
me?
not say that I believe he's watching it. I don't know what he does in his spare time.
Okay.
They brought up the issue. I said I would like the opportunity to ask Detective Ramos the same question. I didn't allege that he was doing anything.
Okay, so you just said no. Any questions?
No, I mean, you've asked the question. I thought I was going to ask the question, but he said no, that's it. I mean,
Okay, very good. Let's go. All right,